Okay, let's go to the Creer or Crier family in Marrero.
Yes, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm okay. My question is, Social Security
Yes.
and Medicaid.
Yeah.
Why do you guys have to touch those two areas when people who has put into the system, they're not asking for no handouts. They're only asking, including myself,
Right.
asking to give us back what we put into it.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Now, like you said just now, this country is rich. If we are so rich, why is it that we still have poor people here? Why is it that we still getting, $6-7 an hour? We should be getting at least $10-15 an hour wage.
Well, if we had a good economy,
Yeah.
we could be. Now, this is a horrible economy.
With President Obama, he just been in office 4.5 years. Okay?
Well, 4.5 years at 8% unemployment is awfully painful.
All of this is not all on him. He's not the cause of us being into this hole that we are in. We done had 3 wars. The 2 Desert Storm War, the 2 Bushes War, and then Afghanistan War. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
We should not be in the debt that we are in today.
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, let me start to respond. Certainly, I agree. All of this isn't President Obama's fault, but I think a lot of it is because he took a bad situation, and in my opinion, he made it worse. He took a very weak economy, and rather than do the things that could promote a healthy rebound, he did the opposite. He increased regulation, he increased taxes, he increased burdens on American small business. So I think it's not an accident that when you do that, you don't have an economic rebound, you stay in a horrible economy. And on the deficit and debt situation, he did far more than any of his predecessors. In fact, he's done more than all of his predecessors to rack up deficit and debt. So it's not all his fault, but a heck of a lot of it, a good percentage is. So on that, we probably just disagree. In terms of Social Security programs like that, there do need to be reforms of that over time. I don't think they should hit current retirees. I think they should be phased in over long periods of time so people can plan. But about 2/3 of federal spending is so-called mandatory spending. So if you're going to try to balance the federal budget by not touching any so-called mandatory spending, then you'd have to get rid of everything else. All of education programs, all of defense, everything on the discretionary side. Obviously, you can't do that. So the solution has to involve meaningful reforms, at least over time. Again, I think we should protect current retirees, those about to retire, folks who have lived by those rules for their lifetime and planned based on those rules. But if we want programs like Social Security and Medicare to be there for somebody like me who's 51 or somebody like my kids in their teens and 20, we need to reform those programs over time, and we need to cut other areas of the budget that we've talked about. So great question. Thank you.